Today we are going to learn about the one more advanced data type, that is the tuple. So here, what is tuple and why we are going to use and how to use this. So same thing, it is similar to list only, but there are some differences are there. What are the differences are there? So here it's a immutable. What it means, once you store the data in a tuple format, it cannot be changed, means add, remove and update. So here changes is not possible. So in interview, they'll ask you the difference between the list and tuple. Okay, so changes not possible means you cannot add or remove the things. Next here in tuple also you can store n number of elements at a time, and all these elements you can store with mixed data type. So it store mixed data types. And when you are storing this mixed data type, all these elements having their own index number. So means it's a collection of ordered elements. So here indexing is allowed. Okay. And here if indexing is there, automatically you can do the slicing also. And here you can add the repeated values or duplicate values also allowed. So if you can able to add the duplicate values means you can multiply, you can multiplication is also allowed, and you can concatenate also. Concatenate also allowed. And how you're going to store these values? To store the values, we have to use the normal open bracket, close bracket. We call parenthesis also. So here to store element, we use parenthesis, or now you can say normal open braces. Okay. To separate the elements, we use comma. Okay. So this is about the tuple. So whenever you want to store mix related data types, but in later you don't want to change the data, okay, then you have to go with the tuple. In list, what we have understand, in list you can add the n number of data with mixed data type, but there you can do the changes. But here in the tuple, you cannot do the changes. There is a major difference. Okay. Now now let me add some values in the tuple. So let me take one variable, and this is my normal open bracket, close bracket, and here I can store multiple values. Okay, so now you can see here multiple values are stored, and if I want to check what is the type of the A, it is showing me the tuple. Okay, and if I want to do any indexing also, if I print A of 0, if I print A of 3, okay, A of -3 something, all the values are printing perfectly. Now you can see in the 0 index 1 is stored, 2.35 nothing but 3 means here you can see 0, 1, 2 and 3. Even you can do the slicing also. For example, if I write 1 to 5 or something, if I'm printing 0 to 3, or if I'm printing 4 to 7, okay, so all the values are printing perfectly. So you can do indexing and slicing also. And same thing if you have multiple uh, tuples are there, so you can concatenate also. Okay, for example, just assume there is a t1 is there, and there are some values are there, and just assume there is a t2 also there, and here also you can store some values. Just assume there is a one more t3 is there, and here I'm storing some values. Okay, and all these values you can join as a one tuple. So here if I'm taking t4 equals to, okay, if I'm making as a t1 plus t2 and t3. So now you can see here it will become the t4. All the values are stored. You can do the different combination also. For example, t2 t3 also, t3 t1 also, or else t2 plus t1 or t3. Any combination you can store it. Okay, and same thing if you want to find out any maximum number. For example, there is t4 we have stored. Now if I want to, let me store is this value as a t4. So different combinations are there. So now if I want to check it maximum of t4, I'll get the maximum number. If I want to print any minimum number, I'll get the minimum number also. If I want to print sum of these values, I can print sum of also. Total value, if I want to check how many values or elements are stored, I can check with the length function. Okay, if I want to sort all these things, I can use the sorted function. In this sorted, first of all, I have to mention the variable name, and then here I have to mention the reverse equals to false. So f should be capital, and now you can say all the values are printing the ascending order. Same thing if you want to print in the descending order, just mention t4, and here you have to mention reverse equals to true. So in this way you can print the descending order also. Okay, or else if you want to multiply these values, you can do the multiplication also. For example, if I'm printing this is my t1, if I want to multiply 4 times, or else if I want to multiply 10 times, okay, and multiply or repeat that values in number of times. Similarly, we can do sub particular subtuples also. It is also called nested tuple. So whenever you want to store any values, tuple under a tuple or subtuples, then it will be called as a subtuple or nested tuple. How are you going to do this? Simple concept here. Just you have to take one variable. Just assume there is a t5 is there, and here I'm storing some value, something 1 comma 2 comma 3, and again I'm taking the one more normal open bracket close bracket, and in this I want to store some values. For example, I want to store some 10 comma 20. Again I'm taking one more something here, I'm storing 100 comma 200. Okay, and here I'm storing, just assume one more something here, I'm storing a1 comma a2, and just assume here I'm storing something b1, and here I'm storing something c1. Okay, and just assume I'm adding one more something d1 comma d2. Okay, and let me add here something e1 also. So now you can see here multiple tuples are stored here, and now, okay, just assume I want to print any particular value. Just take I want to print 10, I want to print 20, I want to print 100 and 200 at a time. I want to print separate also 100 and 200. Okay, I want to print a1, I want to print a2. Okay, I want to print c1. Okay, so all these things I want to print. Now how to print these particular values now? Okay, so here just tell me any number, and apart from all these things you have to take as a task. Tell me any number, I'll print that number, and remaining will be the task for you. Any one number.
Uh, even
Okay, a1. So first of all, you can see here if I'm printing this particular variable, so there are indexing will be there. Okay, so this will be the 0 index, this will be the first index, this will be the second index, and this is going to be the third index, and this is going to be the fourth index. Okay, but now you can see here, if I'm not, if I'm counting like this, it will be a wrong. So normally here this 0 1 2 is correct, but here you can see here the entire particular will be considered as a third index. Now if I print this, you can see if I'm printing t5 of 3, I can see all these particular indexes are printing. And now under this particular t5, there is a separate indexing also. So now this is a 0, this is the first index, this is again second index, and this will be the third index. Now if I write t5 of 3, now it will be the third index. Again in the third particular index, I want to print only a1 only. So here what I will do, I'll write t5 3 of 3 of, and which value, 0 index. So in this way you have to print the indexing. Got it?
Yes.
Now same thing, take the task for
Once
the,
again, can you tell, sir?
yeah. So here you can see, so first of all what I am printing here, t5 of 3. So t5 of 3 means all these particular values are printing. Now you can see here t5, if I write something here, let me print once again. If I print t5 of 0, what will print? 1 will be print. If I write t5 of 1, what it will print? 2 will print. If I write t5 of uh, 3, what will print? Okay, now this particular entire thing will print. Okay, because this is a 0 index, this is the first index, this is the second index, and you can see after this comma, where comma is there, here there is a, all these values are inside of this particular one particular braces. It means the entire thing will be considered as a one index. So now from this particular index, what I want to print, I want to a1, but this you can see here again a1 is also enclosed in the one bracket. So which index? This is the 0, this is the 1, this is entirely 2, and this is the entirely 3. So if I write again t5 3 of 3, I can see a1 and a2 printing. Now if I just want to print a1 only, so here after t5 of 3 and 0, now you can see a1 is printing because this is the 0 index. Got it?
Sir,
Next,
for C1, we did not mention brackets, no, sir.
c1, yeah, so this is separate index again. This is a 0 1 2, this is the entire 3. Okay, and this is the fourth index, this is the fifth index, this is the sixth index,
Okay,
like
sir.
that. Okay, same thing do with the nested list also. Do the same task. Okay, let me create one variable. Just assume L1 equals to, here I'm storing some list. Just assume A1 is there, and comma, I'm creating one more list, something 10 20 21. Okay, and here I'm writing 11 12 something. Again I'm adding one more, something 31 32 33. Okay, again I'm adding some one more list. Just assume 55 66. Okay, and here I'm adding something 13. Here I'm adding something 100. Here I'm going to add 200. Here I'm going to add ABCD. Okay, here I'm going to add XYZ something. Okay, again I'm going to add some list, 78 79. Okay, so now try to print this particular steps. Okay, try to find out the different index value of the numbers. Okay, you can choose any numbers and try to print, or let's, for example, we'll just print this 11. I want to print 12. I want to print 55. I want to print 66 also. I want to print 100 also. I want to print the 79. Okay. So try to print these index value of the given nested list. This is also take as a task. Okay. Now let's move to the one more advanced data type, that is set. So what is set now? So similar to the tuple and list, set also considered as a advanced data type. And here there are two major important points are there, which is going to be in the interview. What is the main difference between the list and set? So you have to give the answer. In set, we store unique values. And one more thing, it is a unordered collection of mixed data type. Unordered collection means here there will be no order. Okay, like in list tuple, we have the order. Order means indexing. But here randomly the value is going to be stored anywhere. There will be no particular order of the any particular element. So simply let me note down some points related to the set. So the first point, same thing. It's immutable, means you can make changes. Next is if you want to store the values, all elements are unique. Unique means what? Can't store repeated or duplicate values. And one more thing, it is a unordered unordered collection. Unordered collection means there will be no indexing, no slicing. Okay, so if you cannot store the duplicate values, so there will be no multiplication and no concatenation. Okay, and one more thing, here you can store n number of elements. Okay, and here can store mixed data type at a time. And one more thing, if you have common values in multiple list, you can perform union, intersection, differences operations. Okay, so this is about the set. In list, we can store n number of values with mixed data type, but all the values will be in the ordered. Here it is in a unordered things. And one more thing, in list we can store the duplicate values, but here all the elements must be unique. What will happen if you store the duplicate values? So it will ignore the values, it will not store that values. And here how you're going to store these values? To store elements, we use curly braces or bracket. And to separate element, we use comma. Okay, so here let me do some example on the set. Here I'm storing one set. Let me add some values 1 comma 2 comma 10 20. Again I'm adding 1 comma 2, and here I'm writing something hi, hello, something. Okay, and here I'm writing some points. Okay, decimal points also. And now once I print this, you can see here how we store the values and how it is printing. You can see first one is there, next two is there. You can see here first one 1.22, next 10, next 20, 220, 4.56. Okay, hello, okay, spelling mistake. Then hi. You can see here it will be stored anywhere. There will be no particular order. And you can see here 1 2 I have stored 2 times, but it is only accepted only one time. Is it clear? Now here, if I want to add something, just you can use the add function. And for example, I have stored some number, and now it's going to place any random place. You can see it is stored in the 10 and in between 10 and 2. For example, I'm adding one more number, just in something welcome, and now it's going to be added in anywhere. If I store any number again, something like 23.78 something, this is floating number, and again is going to be stored anywhere. So there will be no particular place. Okay, next, if I want to remove something directly, I can use the remove function, and whatever the value you want to remove, for example, let's print this string value, and now you can see it is removed. You can use one more function, it is similar to the remove only. You can use either remove or discard. Just assume I want to 100, remove the 100, and now you can see 100 is removed. Okay, in this way you can add and remove the values. Okay, and if you want to clear everything, just you can mention the clear function, and everything will be clear. If you want to delete permanently this variable, just mention the delete, and now you can see it will show an error, a is not defined. And just assume we have two common values are there. For example, a equals to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 something, and here b equals to something 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8. Now you can see a and b having the common values. If I want to check this b is a subset is subset of a, so it is showing me the true. So now I can do the intersection. For example, if I'm writing intersection b, so here I'll get the common values. Means what are the common values are in both the a and b. If I write something like difference, so here I'll get the uncommon values. That is the 1 2 3 4. If I write union, so here all the values will print. You can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Now next, I can do the same thing using the some symbols also. For example, a and b, if I print, I'll get the common values. If I write a minus b, I'll get the uncommon values. If I write a or b, I'll get the all the union values. So this is the union, intersections, and differences of the set. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now next, we have the one more advanced data type, that is the dictionary. So what is the difference between here in the dictionary? So till now we are storing the mixed data type, but all the elements are having the individual identity. Each value is not connected with the some other value. But now here, if I want to store any pair value, what I want to store? Pair value. So first point, it store pair value. Pair value means what? It contains key and value concept. So in this way, it is going to be hold the value. So one value will be as a work as a key, and second value work as a value of that particular key. Example, something cap number 123. One more example, ID something 100 something. Okay, let's take subject is math something. Okay, so in this way, it is holding the pair value. So one value will be work as a key, and one is the value of that particular key. Is it clear? So here also you can store n number of pair value, and it store mixed data type. Means if first assume just first key contains integer, second key you can store as a float, third key you can store as a uh, string, like that. Okay, and here it's immutable, means you can add and remove the things, changes are possible. Okay, but here how it is going to be changed, here we don't have the indexing. Okay, because it is not particular one identity not there. So here no indexing, and we don't have slicing here, so no slicing. Okay, we cannot repeat these like there will be no repeated values are there, so here we don't have any concatenations, and we don't have any multiplications. Okay, so but here we are managing the values, or you can say the dictionary, you can say, using. So how we are going to do this? Let's an example here. I'm adding player 1 equals to, okay, cap number, just assume 231, and here I'll write name, just assume I'm adding name something Rohit. Okay, so let me write here Rohit, and here I want to add one more value. Okay, role as a batsman. Okay, I want to store this value, so let me print this player 1. Okay, something spelling mistake. Okay, okay, so it is not stored. Let me print once again. Okay, so now it is stored. It was in the as a content format, so it was not stored. Now it is going to be stored. Now if I want to check only keys, so I can use the player one dot key function, so it will get all the key. If I want to check only value, so I can use the values function, it may get me the all the values. If I want to check only one particular key, I can check that particular key also. For example, name something, and if I want to update this name, I want to change this name, I can mention here name equals to something. I'll use this Virat something. Okay, now you can see here this name is updated. Okay, and if I want to add some more particular keys and values, um, there are, just if I mention player one, and just I'll write here position equals to 3 if I write it, and now you can use the player one. Now you can see here position 3 is added. Now again, if I want to add in different way, you can use the one more something like just a equals to, let me add mm, designation something. Okay, and here I'll write something senior player. Okay, okay, and let me add just value this. Okay, so here I'll add use this particular update function, and here what I want to update a. So now you can see here this is going to be extended with the designation senior point. Just now I want to remove these things. So here I can mention this player one dot off function and what you want to remove. Just assume I want to remove this designation. So now you can see here if I print the same player one, now you can see this particular key is removed. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now next thing is the type conversion. So what is the type conversion? It means you want to convert one data set with the another data set. Example, just assume there is a tuple is there. So you want to convert this tuple to list also. You want to convert tuple to set also. You want to convert tuple to dictionary also. And just assume you want to convert list to set, list to tuple, list to dictionary. Okay. And just assume you want to convert set to, there is a one more concept called Frozenset, set to list, set to tuple, and set to dictionary. So what is Frozenset? Normally set is a mutable, but if you want to make it immutable set, means you want to fix your values, you want to freeze your values, then it will be called as a frozen set. If any set like is an immutable element, you cannot make any changes, then it will be called as a frozen. If you can able to change, that is a normal set. Next, dictionary to list, set, tuple, all these things. Okay. Now, so here you have to tell me one thing, either tuple, list, set, any dictionary. So I'll show you like how to convert, for example, any one particular data type. I'm going to convert this with the, for example, if you tell list, so I'll convert list to set, list to tuple, and list to dictionary, and remaining you will be having a task.
So what is frozen set?
Frozen set means here, for example, normal you have created any set. Okay, let's assume there is a S1 is there, 1 comma 2 comma 3. Now printed the S1 and check the type of S1. It is a set. Now normally what is the set definition? You can do the changes. For example, if I write add of 100, so S in 100 will be added in the S1. If I want to remove 100, you can remove it. This is the normal set. But just assume you cannot able to do any changes. Let me create one variable as a frozen set of something like 10, 20, and 30. Okay. Okay. So here I've mentioned the curly braces. Okay. So now here I'm printing this particular S2. So now it is a frozen set. If I do anything, add something, nothing is going to be added. If I want to remove anything, okay, I want to remove 10, you cannot remove. So once you create a frozen set, you cannot do any changes. For normal set, you can do the changes. So you can convert normal set to frozen set. Again, you can convert frozen set to normal set. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me any one particular data type that is going to be, I'll give you, remaining I'll give you as a task.
A tuple, first one.
Okay. So now, so first we are going to convert the tuple to list. So here I'm creating one variable t1 as something 1 2 3. Okay, so this is my tuple. So if I want to check it, you can check it. Type of the t1, it is a tuple. So now what I want to do, I want to convert into the list. So what is the simple definition? This is the variable name. Okay, from which here you have to write the new variable name equals to type name, which type conversion name. Let me add here completely type conversion name, and then the existing variable name from which variable you are converting. So here type conversion name means what? You are converting tuple, you are converting set, you are converting dictionary, what you are converting. Existing variable name from which variable you want to convert. Okay. So now let me take one L1 equals to, so here what I'm converting? I'm converting to the list. So here I'll write list. From which variable I'm converting? From T1. Now see here L1, 1, 2, 3 set. Type of the L1, it is a list only. Is it clear? Now I want to convert tuple to set. Same formula. Take a new variable. Just assume S22. Okay. I want to convert set. From where, which variable you want to convert? T1. Now you can see S22. Type of the S22. It is a set. Same thing. I want to convert tuple to dictionary. Just assume here I'm taking, for dictionary there will be two things will be there. One is a key and one is the value. So here I'm taking two variables. Just assume there is something like student name, okay, equals to, here I'm adding one tuple. Just assume Ajay, okay, Kumar, and something John. Okay, there are three names are there, and let me add the uh, result. Okay, and here I'll write pass, here I'll write fail, and I'll write pass. Okay, so now I want to convert this into the dictionary. So here I'll create one variable, something just assume d1, and here I've got the dictionary. So now dictionary contains two values, right? So at a time I have to pass the two values. So here I'm using the zip function. Do you know already zip files, right? So same thing, we have the zip function. So here first value will be considered as a key. So here I'm writing student name as a key, comma, result as a value. So now you can see here d1 is printed. Now if I want to check what is type of d1, it is a dictionary only. If I check d1 dot key, all the key is going to print. If I run to value function, all the values are going to be print. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me add the some task also. So let me copy this. Okay. So now you can see there are four tasks are there. The first one is write a program to check if a given key is existing or not. Okay, so you have to create one dictionary, and then you have to check whether this particular key is available in the dictionary or not. Second task, write a program to check dictionary is empty or not. Just create multiple dictionaries, and using the, maybe you're going to use if else for I don't know, and using that particular if else concept, you have to check it whether this particular dictionary is empty or not. Next one, write a program to concatenate the multiple dictionary. Take multiple dictionaries, and you have to, there will be no ready-made function of concatenation. Okay, as I mentioned already here, there will be no ready-made concatenation will be there. Okay, no concatenation, but you have to check. Okay, there is a option is there, okay, to concatenate. So this particular option I have already mentioned in this class only. Just go through that particular things and check how you're going to add the multiple dictionaries in a one dictionary. And next is the type conversion of advanced data. So what are the remaining things are there? Just convert the data, one data type with the another data type. If you are getting any issue, we'll solve in the next class.